Greetings, family. Peace and love to you and yours. This is Guru, and thanks for visiting my channel. Family, this video is about how First Lady Michelle Obama felt about being labeled an angry black woman. She says, you think this is so not me, but then you start to think, well, this isn't about me. And she's right. Family, this article was provided by Lisa Capretto at OWN. So let's get to the story.
Black woman, was that one of the things that knocked you back a bit?
That was one of those things that you just sort of think, dang, you don't even know me.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you just sort of feel like, wow, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
You know? And that's the first blowback, because you think, wow, that is so not me. But then you sort of think, well, this isn't about me. This is about the person or the people who write it.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's just the truth.
That's what Maya always used to say.
Yeah, it's just so, it's so much about that. And then you start thinking, oh, wow, we're so afraid of each other. You know, color, wealth, these things that don't matter still play too much of a role in how we see one another. And it's sad because the thing that least defines us as people is the color of our skin. It's the size of our bank account. None of that matters. You know this.
Yes, of course.
You know, it's our values. It's, you know, it's how we live our lives. And you can't tell that from somebody's race, somebody's religion. You know, people have to act it out. They have to live those lives. And so that was the blowback. And then I thought, okay, well, let me live my life out loud so that people can then see and then judge for themselves. And that's what I want young people to do. Just live your life. You know, live it out loud.
So family, you saw the video. First Lady Michelle Obama is tired of the angry black woman label. She explicitly said so in 2012 after having to address her portrayal in a book by a New York Times reporter, but it's an offense that continues to resurface. Just last month, the New York Times style section used, quote, angry black woman in a since-deleted tweet about Mrs. Obama. Now, the First Lady is addressing what's behind the label and what happens in her mind when she hears it. As First Lady Mrs. Obama tells Oprah during her final interview at the White House, airing Monday on CBS at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and Wednesday on OWN at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, there's a clear sequence of thoughts that ran through her head in the, quote, angry black woman blowback, beginning with this initial reaction. And family, you saw her reaction. We saw it. And so at this point, I'd just like to say we know where the, quote, angry black woman portrayal and title comes from. It comes straight from the white racists of this nation. That is so unfortunate because too many black women are labeled this. They're labeled this even because, basically it's because a black woman has an opinion. Because let's be honest, there have been so many portrayals of white women lately we've seen across the board who have come out angry and nasty, rude, vicious, and just flat out racist. So, you know, to say that, to call black women angry black women without mentioning the angry white women is propaganda. It's propaganda. You can't talk about one without discussing the other. That's what this is about. You cannot talk about one without discussing the other. And believe me, when that melanin Trump gets into office, that so-called First Lady, and I won't even call her that, she is a second or third rate lady. When she gets into office, we're going to talk about her. You better hope she's on her best behavior at all times, 24/7, 365 days a damn year, while they're enjoying being in office. You better hope she's on her best behavior, because Trump's mistress or woman or whatever she is to him, she will be judged accordingly. Mark those words. But anyways, it's sad that she has to say, even in this day and age, it's sad because the thing that least defines us as people is the color of our skin. Doesn't that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar to you white people? I have to ask you because after all, you quote Martin Luther King all the time. And doesn't he say that his dream is to one day see that people can be judged by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin? You guys don't believe a thing that Martin Luther King stands for. And I'm talking about you right now, white America. You don't believe not one thing about Martin Luther King. You just like quoting his dream, which is really a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's not a dream. It's a nightmare. Martin Luther King is probably rolling in his grave. You guys think you're doing something or saying things just because you quote him? He's rolling in his grave. Just the sight of seeing what you guys have turned this nation into. So, the whole angry black woman title, you can hang it up. That's from the white racists. That's from the white supremacists of this country. You came out with that bullshit. And again, if you're going to use it against one, you better talk about the angry white women, because there's plenty examples of those. Plenty. As a matter of fact, I have some vlogs of some of them. Some of the stuff you guys have pulled. And then you're going to say that about Mrs. Obama. And guess what? She clowned you. She clapped back quickly by saying that she's just going to live her life out loud. So that way you have to judge by that. And what happened to you? You got egg on your face, white America. You got egg on your face. You fell flat on your face. A big fail. A big F. Because First Lady Michelle Obama is a very intelligent woman. She's bright. She's brilliant, actually. And she's a good person. There's nothing you can say negative about her. Your references to animals and whatnot, you guys are the biggest animals. Those of you who even fix your skinny little baloney lips to talk about Michelle Obama being an ape, you need to look at those little bitty lips you got and then look at the ape's lips and see if you don't look like them. You guys really need to watch yourselves and watch what you're saying, especially when it comes to black people. And those of you who are black and coons, well, yeah, some of you don't like that term, do you? But if the shoe fits, wear it. Let's discuss that term for a second before I leave this video. Well, to save some time, we're going to go over the short version. I was going to give a little bit of history on it, but I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to make this short and sweet. Regarding people, it's an offensive slang, a black person or a native Australian. Number 3, it says it's an offensive South African or a person of mixed race. So it looks like even in South Africa, black people use the term as an offensive term against other black people. That's exactly what we are doing here when we call people coons. Yeah, it might be because we disagree with you, but it's probably more than that. If you just look at it that we're calling you a coon because we disagree with you, look further under that cover of yours. It's probably more than that. And most likely it is more than just the surface. Sometimes some of you that don't like the term, maybe you need to look at if, like I said, maybe the shoe fits. So maybe you just need to wear it. So let's go back to the video. So here's the deal, family. I'm really glad First Lady Mrs. Michelle Obama addressed the issue of this so-called mythical angry black woman. There's some, like I said, there's some coons online who degrade black women. And again, that's the exact terminology of what a coon is. So when we call these people out, there's some people who they're just so into their feelings and they just get their feelings hurt because they don't like that term. Well, I don't like the term nigga either, but I have to hear it from my own people every freaking day. because you took ownership of a freaking slave master's word and you gotta say it every day, and you think it's sporty, you think it's cool to call your partners that term, to call your family members that term, you know, to call other people who look just like you slave master's term. You took ownership of it like a damn dog. So yes, there's some of us who are just fed up. We're pissed. We're pissed at the coonery going on. We're pissed at the anti-blackness going on from black people. It's so freaking disgusting. I'm sorry I'm getting off a little bit from this video, but just hearing what Mrs. First Lady Obama, Mrs. Obama had to endure because of some racist idiots out in this country. And I mean racist dogs. Spineless creatures of the worst kind, slime and scum of the earth. That's right. Can't stand you either. So, I don't care if you don't like this video. Good. Family, like, share. And if you haven't already, subscribe. This is Guru. Thanks for watching. Peace and love to you and yours. I'm out.